So we're out here, this can be a video about pulling the deck on a Raptor. This is a Hustler Raptor, bottom of the line, 52-inch, residential, I'm sure. I didn't see any videos on YouTube about how to do this one, so I decided to make one for you. I've already taken the back guard off, that guard there. Some come with the guard, some do not, but took that off so I could get to the belt on the back of it. There's the belt right there. Easy to get to, much more easy than some of the things I've worked on in the past. But I want to show you how to pull the deck, and then I'm going to replace spindles on it also, because sooner or later you're going to need that too. So taking the belt off, you know, it looks hard because it's under such tension. And I'm not taking the tension off. I'm not undoing the spring, anything like that. I'm just going to come in here and roll this belt up just a little bit. You may or may not can see that. Up, and then start rotating the wheel. Don't get your fingers in there. Get them pinched. Like get your glove pinched, that's okay. And when you get to here, it's going to snap back from the spring tension. So just keep your hands out of the way and let that happen. All right, so now the belt is off. The belt is loose. I have to go around the back, take the belt off the pulley. And again, that looks very, very easy. And then we'll start undoing all this stuff to take the deck off. Don't know that you're gonna be able to really see under here what I'm doing, but there's the belt. It just slips off that pulley just like that. I mean, that's easy. So let's take the deck loose. So let's start taking these loose and unmount this deck from the mower. So just about everything on this is 9/16. So get a backup wrench. Tell you what, let me loosen this nut first, because that is the kind of a backup, kind of a lock nut. There you go. If you can use help like this, impact wrench, I've got a Ryobi impact I just love, and that's what I'm using on most all this stuff, because most of it, all of it, you know, these things shake so much, rattle so much, you abuse them so much that they need those bolts and nuts tightened down. So this is not the factory bolt and nut on this side. I've replaced it and just kind of shimmed it up with a washer, and you know, there's something you could do if you need to. I need to do the front, I need to do the other side. The other side's a little bit different than this one, but basically the same thing, 9/16 and get it done. You know, before I started this project, I took a video of it just to kind of keep me square on what I'm doing and how it goes back together. That would be a good idea for you also. Even though you have this video, wouldn't be a bad thing to do that, do a video of that. This one's got a backup nut on it, just like the other one, and that's why I'm sure I put a backup nut on the other side, because I looked at this side. That thing's on there tight. I might need the impact on this. Again, I believe these things are one of the most valuable tools you can have. You won't need it every day unless you're a mechanic. It makes short work of touchy situations. Now this one on this side is not just a nut, and it's nylock, but it's a nut and a shim. That's why I put that washer on the other side, was just try to mimic that shim right there. And you know, hope you can kind of see that and see what's going on there. But I'm gonna put it back on the nut, the bolt, just so it's all together. Got one more thing, and then it should come out of there. But first, I'm gonna take this plate off the front. Again, impact. If you've never seen one of these front plates here removed, kind of a foot plate. It comes up, pulls out of those slots right there. There's a pin right there on this little shaft holding this to the mower. I'm going to take that pin out. May not be able to get a good camera angle, but I'll take that pin out, pull this out to where this is flopping. That's 13/16. So there you go. One thing I like about the Hustlers, they're all standard. I mean, I've got a lot of metric tools because I own a big Kubota, but I like this. Pull that loose. And this, when I drop the mower back down, take it off that block there, then this, I can push the mower, the deck backwards enough to where it should flip out of that slot there. If you're wondering what the strap's about, it's I picked it up to look at the spindles and see if I could figure out what was wrong with it. I hit an immovable object. Not supposed to do that. So that's loose, that comes out, that stays. I'm gonna put that nut back on this right here so we won't lose that. That sucker should slide right out. All this mess right here needs to be lifted up or it's just gonna drag coming out. It's just gonna frustrate the dog out of you. We don't need frustrations. So let's loop it around something up here. Right there. Go around that. And that. I like these little bungees because there's nothing to it. You put that little loop, that little ball, and you're tied up. So let's see if it's slide out of here right now. Now I could push from the other side. There ain't no sense pushing. Down on your knees, and when you can just pull. Look at that. Little bit of booger on it there, so why not, when you're going to all the trouble of taking this dude off, go ahead and put your belt on it and be done with it. I'll link to the spindles. Spindles have great reviews on Amazon. I'll link to new ones below. I'll link to the belt below. Link to all the power tools, which, man, if you don't have, it's going to make a world of difference in your life, not just on this project, but on a bunch of them. So here's the new spindles. I should have showed you, I guess, putting them on there, but it's really, it's just nothing to it. 4 holes on the top side come through here, obviously, and just screw in, easy to do. These spindles come with the bolts for the blades and this big washer for them too. So really nice assembly. I'll put a link to that below on Amazon. These spindles, I bought 3 of them. Pretty cheap, I thought. Actually, three of them on Amazon at about the same price as one of them OEM from Hustler. Now, is it a better unit? I don't know. But anyway, but basically just undo those 4 bolts and it comes off. Now, what I have found is it comes with a washer. It comes with a little, I don't know, about 1/8 of an inch washer, and this is the original. It's not a bushing, it's just a spacer that sat on the old spindle. That's the old spindle there. It looks like if I used their washer that they supplied and the spacer that was original to the mower, that it sits up, the pulley sits up a little high. It just seems like it's sitting up a little high. So what I'm going to do is put the original spacer on there, and I'm going to leave off this one here. Because it's got to sit at the same level as all your other pulleys. You're going to have issues with it. So after doing some measuring and such, I'm just going to go back with the original spacer and not use the washer spacer, I guess you'd call it, like an 1/8 inch spacer. Not going to use that one. So, and that seems like it's going to work well. Make sure your pulley goes down in. There's some grooves on that shaft, some little grooves, splines, what they are, spline to spline shaft. You make sure that that goes down on those splines and not sitting on top of it. And now that is ready for a brand new belt. The configuration of the belt is under the seat, raise the seat up on the mower. And by the way, these spindles, I think they're used on a lot of different mowers, not just the Hustlers. I think a bunch of different brands uses those same spindles. So I'll put a link to these spindles on Amazon. It's where I got them. They're very inexpensive, and I'm also going to, before I slide it under the mower, I'm going to grease these. This little plate right here slides on these two pieces of plastic guides here, and as you disengage and engage your blades, this moves back and forth, and it's got a little wear on it. You can see the little wear marks on it, and so I'm just gonna get in there and grease, put a little grease on that on both sides, try to get it down in there to where it makes it easier. Sometimes you have to replace those guides. I don't think I have to right now. When I get a new belt, I always like to look at the old one, measure it, you know, kind of get in there and eyeball it to where I don't put this thing back together and it's wrong. You know, it's the wrong size. And this belt's got some, it needs to be replaced, I guess. It's got some gnawing on it. So I'm gonna stretch this one out with my foot and see that it looks like it's the same to me. The black one, the old one, looks like it might be a little stretched, a little bit bigger, but not by much. Goes around there, that goes around there, that goes around there. This one here. It comes here. And this side comes around here and goes down there. But that's the way it runs right there. This comes in and out when you engage it, and then that's the way it runs. So everything's tightened down. I'll double check all my, make sure everything's tightened down. All these other pulleys feel good. Put a little grease on that, and then we're gonna set it under the, go ahead and slide it back up under the mower. Put this pin back in, like that. Now this is a way of adjusting the height of the front of your mower, and that will just have to be done after I get it together and just see exactly if it's sitting where I want it to sit. Pin in. Again, don't know exactly about adjusting that yet. Work on that later. Well, got it back together. I stopped filming at putting on the deck. Those little adjustments, linkages and stuff, man, that just wore me out. Be sure and take pictures of your linkage and how it goes, which washer goes where, what goes where. I'll try to remember to put a link below the video to the schematic that gives the part numbers, shows how they go in, part numbers. I referred to that mucho times. That was the hardest part. I mean, trying to get those linkages on both sides in and tight, and then trying to level it, making sure it's level. And it's level now. It's more level than it's been in years. I've been kind of scalping. I've been kind of going sideways and kind of scalping one side. So it looks real good now. So got to put the hood, the little thing back on it. I've got some modifying to do to that because I made some wheel weights, front counterweight for it, and I'm putting a video up on that pretty soon, so look for that if you're interested. And I got to put the back cover on, engine cover, and then my roll bar. I made a roll bar for it. I'll try to remember link below to me making that roll bar, but It's not hard to pull off. It's just hard to get it right back on. And the only thing's hard is those linkages. The spindles were nothing. You know, putting them back on, putting the belt on, the belt was nothing. You basically, if you're going to come off, you roll this up like this, and then roll this. Roll it up, and then roll it until it starts coming off like that, and then it will come off. Watch your fingers, because it's going to snap back that way. Don't put your fingers between the top nut there. And then when you go to put it back on, you do the same thing, except you roll it this way. The belt is going to be sitting up here, so you roll it down into the groove, just one little place here, because the belt's going to be right here. Roll it till it comes off. Do the same thing coming back on, and it doesn't seem to cut the belt, anything like that. Just easy to do. That's the best way to do it. And if you just need to change the belts, you can change belts without pulling the deck or anything, just by following the guide, the illustration, and then going back to your engine and putting it on there, coming over here, rolling it on top, you change your belt. Pretty dadgum easy, really. That's the easiest part, putting the belt on, except that it's just a little tight. That new belt's a little tight. It's got a little swing to it, but you know, it's just kind of hard to pull. Some people would grab a hold of the spring back there and try to pull the spring and loosen it. Man, that's the easiest way. Just roll it off like that. Piece of cake. I've already cranked it up, run the mower. It runs good. Got to put everything else back on it, like the top or the front little plate, the back plate, and we're ready to go. We're back in business. Hope it helped you. Like I say, I've seen a lot of videos on the Raptor SD, but it's different. It's got different linkages. At least the ones I've seen had a linkage. Ours have got a linkage. This one's got a linkage there. Got that linkage on the front that raises the front up and down, adjusts the front up and down. But the SD's got little hanging downs right here. Got linkages, got 4 of them hanging down, as far as I remember from what I've seen. So this was a new experience for me, and it may be a new experience for you too, because I hadn't seen somebody doing one exactly like this. Works good. It's anchored down good. I mean, it's tightened down. I don't have any play. It moves up and down free, and both sides moving exactly like they should. I'll probably put a little grease on it, little PB blaster or something like that, just to make sure all of it's moving like it should. And man, I like it. So hope it helped you, and that you were able to do yours too, because it was going to cost a couple of $100 if I'd have had somebody do it for me. No need in that. And I'm not real crazy about working on stuff, but I will if I got to. All right. Oh, we got a lot of other videos on stuff we do around here in the farm, if you are so inclined. And we're gone.